Have you ever felt the profound weight of being misunderstood? The deep ache that comes not only from the emptiness within, but from the invisible walls others build around your soul. This emptiness you carry is not just a silent void inside you. It is also a chasm between your true self and the world you inhabit. It separates the pure longing for meaning from the cacophony of misunderstanding and misjudgment. Yet this space, as painful as it feels, is a sacred threshold. It is here in the loneliness of being unseen and unheard that the seeds of self-discovery are planted. You see, the journey toward meaning is not a path paved with easy steps or lined with applause. It is a solitary walk across rough terrain, often beneath dark skies. And the hardest part is not the terrain itself, but the feeling of walking alone, unnoticed, unsupported, even rejected. But here lies a paradox. The emptiness you feel is not an absence, but a presence that calls you back to yourself. In the silence of that loneliness, your soul whispers truths you could never hear amid the noise. What if the emptiness is not a punishment for being different, but a sanctuary for becoming authentic? What if this space, uncomfortable and cold as it seems, is where your true self is forged, like steel tempered by fire? Your essence is shaped not by comfort but by trials. This loneliness is the crucible in which your character is formed, where your spirit learns to stand firm, not by conforming to others' expectations, but by embracing your unique voice. Have you noticed how many seek to fill their emptiness with the approval of others? We crave acceptance so deeply because it promises a shortcut out of our solitude. Yet this external validation is often a mirage, a fleeting balm that leaves us thirstier than before. The emptiness resists quick fixes and shallow remedies because it is not about the absence of people or noise. It is about the absence of meaning. To fill it, you must turn inward, beyond the masks and performances, and face the unvarnished truth of who you are. This truth is not always easy to recognize. Sometimes it looks like failure, like a life not lived according to society's blueprint. Sometimes it feels like insignificance in a world obsessed with grandeur. But I invite you to consider that true significance is not measured by fame, wealth, or achievement. It is measured by the courage to be real, the willingness to live according to your own deepest values, even when misunderstood. Consider the metaphor of the lighthouse, standing solitary on a rocky shore. It does not seek the company of passing ships. It does not change its light to please their eyes. Its purpose is to shine steadfastly, offering guidance even when no one watches. So must you be, the unwavering light in your own life. A beacon not for the world's approval but for your own soul's navigation. This journey inward demands courage because it requires you to confront your shadows, the parts of yourself you hide or deny. It asks you to face your fears, your regrets, your disappointments with honesty and compassion. And in doing so, you break the chains of self-deception and step into freedom. Emptiness is the invitation to this courageous self-encounter. In those moments of vulnerability, you discover that emptiness is not a void but a space of potential. Like the fertile soil after a forest fire, it is primed for new growth. What once seemed barren is now ready to birth new life. Your emptiness calls you to plant seeds of purpose, hope, and resilience. Do you feel the stirrings of these seeds within you? Maybe as a faint whisper, a glimmer of possibility. Hold on to that. Nurture it. Because this is where transformation begins, not with grand gestures, but with small acts of faith. A moment of gratitude, a choice to forgive, a decision to keep moving forward despite uncertainty. And remember, you do not have to carry this journey alone. Seek companions who honor your truth and support your growth. Community does not erase loneliness, but it weaves a tapestry of shared strength and understanding. Together, the solitary steps become a dance of connection. As you walk this path, questions will arise. What is my purpose? How can I live authentically in a world that often demands conformity? What meaning can I create from my pain? These questions are not roadblocks, but signposts, guiding you deeper into your own soul. Your emptiness is trying to save you by awakening you to these questions, urging you beyond complacency toward profound living. It strips away the trivial so that the essential shines brighter. It frees you from illusions so you can embrace reality, the raw, beautiful reality of your own existence. So do not despair when you feel unseen or misunderstood. In your solitude, you are meeting the most important person you will ever know, yourself. And in this meeting lies the beginning of true freedom. This is your moment to choose, to remain in the safety of illusion or to step boldly into the unknown richness of authentic life. The path may be difficult, but it leads to a place where emptiness transforms into fulfillment, and silence blooms into song. Will you take that step? Will you let your emptiness be the gateway to your awakening? The choice is yours. There is a unique kind of loneliness that accompanies the search for meaning. It is not the loneliness of physical solitude, but the solitude of being deeply misunderstood. The emptiness you feel within is mirrored by a silence in the world around you. A silence that seems to say, you are different. You are apart. You do not belong here. But this silence, as harsh as it sounds, holds a profound truth. It is the space where the soul begins its greatest work of transformation. You may have spent years trying to fill that emptiness through achievements, relationships, distractions, but the deeper void persisted. That is because this emptiness is not a problem to be solved, but a signal to be heeded. It is not an absence to be feared, but a presence to be embraced. It calls you beyond the surface of life into the depths where true meaning dwells. Consider the metaphor of the ocean. On the surface, the waves may seem chaotic, restless, and endless. But beneath lies a vast, still expanse. A depth that holds mysteries far beyond what the eye can see. Your soul is like that ocean. Your surface may feel turbulent, but beneath, there is a stillness waiting to be discovered. This stillness is the birthplace of authentic meaning. It is where you find not only who you are, but why you are. To reach it, you must be willing to dive deep, to leave behind the comfort of shallow waters and embrace the unknown depths. This requires courage, patience, and trust. You might ask, how do I find this stillness amid the noise of life? The answer is not found in escaping the world, but in engaging with it differently. It is found in quiet moments of reflection, in the courage to sit with your own thoughts and feelings without judgment. It is found in the willingness to ask hard questions and to listen for answers that may not come quickly or clearly. This journey inward is not a linear path. There will be setbacks, detours, and dark nights of the soul. But every step, even the difficult ones, carries you closer to the center of your being. And at that center, you will find a light that no darkness can extinguish. It is here that emptiness reveals itself as a kind of invitation, a call to authenticity. It strips away the layers of pretense and societal expectations so that you can stand naked before yourself. This nakedness is terrifying, but also liberating. It is the moment when you realize that your worth is not tied to what you do or what others think of you. Your worth is inherent, given simply because you exist. This realization transforms the way you relate to yourself and the world. You begin to see that meaning is not something to be found outside, but something to be created within. It is the product of living intentionally, of aligning your actions with your deepest values. As you embrace this truth, you may also discover a newfound compassion for others. The loneliness of your journey connects you to the loneliness in others. You understand that everyone carries their own emptiness and is seeking their own meaning. This empathy becomes a bridge transforming isolation into connection. Do not be discouraged by the difficulty of this path. The emptiness you feel is not a void to fill, but a space to honor. It is sacred ground where your soul is being prepared for something greater. Like the lotus flower that grows from the mud, your transformation is taking place beneath the surface, unseen but real. So, as you continue this journey, I invite you to embrace your emptiness not as a weakness but as a wellspring of strength. Let it teach you patience, resilience, and humility. Let it guide you toward a life that is not defined by external measures of success, but by inner fulfillment and peace. There is a sacred rhythm to the dance between emptiness and meaning. It is a rhythm that few understand because we live in a culture obsessed with constant motion, with filling every silence, with avoiding stillness at all costs. But true growth does not happen in noise or distraction. It happens in the pauses, in the spaces where you feel nothing but the raw pulse of your own being. Have you ever noticed how a seed must lie buried in the dark earth before it can break through the surface and reach for the sun? Your emptiness is that dark earth. It feels cold, heavy, and isolating, but it is also full of potential. It nourishes the roots of your becoming even as you struggle in the dark. You may feel impatient with this process. You want answers now. You want relief now. But transformation is not a race. It is a pilgrimage. And every pilgrim knows that the path is long, sometimes lonely, but always leading somewhere sacred. This sacredness is found not in the absence of struggle, but in the presence of purpose. When you understand why you suffer, your suffering takes on a new shape. It becomes a teacher, a guide, a companion. Viktor Frankl, whose life was marked by unimaginable suffering, taught us that meaning can be found even in the most harrowing circumstances. Because meaning is not given to us, it is created by how we respond to life. What will your response be? Will you run from the emptiness, or will you sit with it and ask, "What do you want to show me?" This question is a portal to awakening. It shifts you from victim to creator, from passive sufferer to active participant in your own life. Emptiness demands honesty. It asks you to look beneath your desires and fears, beyond the distractions and defenses, and into the core of your being. It asks, who are you beneath all the layers? What do you really want? What will you stand for? These questions can feel overwhelming, but they are the keys to freedom. When you face them, you begin to shed the false identities you have carried, the roles you've played to please others, the masks you've worn to hide your vulnerability. You step into your true self, fragile but radiant. And as you embrace this authenticity, you also discover connection. Not the superficial connection of social media or casual acquaintances, but deep, soul-level connection with others who are also seeking, also hurting, also becoming. This connection is healing. This connection is healing. It reminds you that you are not alone, that your emptiness is part of the human condition. In this shared humanity, you find grace. Grace that holds you when you falter. Grace that encourages you to rise again. Grace that whispers, you are enough. The emptiness you once feared becomes a doorway to compassion. Compassion for yourself and for the world. It softens your heart and opens your eyes to the beauty and pain intertwined in all life. So, let your emptiness teach you patience. Let it teach you courage. Let it teach you to listen deeply, to yourself and to others. Because in this listening, you will find the threads of meaning woven through your life. And meaning, once discovered, becomes the light that guides you through the darkest nights and the fiercest storms. There is a peculiar power in embracing uncertainty. In a world that demands certainty, clarity, and control, choosing to dwell in the unknown can feel like surrender, or worse, failure. Yet, the emptiness you feel is a call to trust in the mystery of life rather than fear it. It beckons you to relinquish the illusion of control and step into the dance of existence with open hands and a willing heart. Do you remember the first time you stood before the vastness of the night sky? The infinite canopy of stars that stretched beyond comprehension. That moment stirred something ancient within you. A recognition that you are part of something far greater than yourself. The emptiness you feel echoes that vastness. It invites you to expand beyond the confines of your personal story and touch the eternal. This is where meaning lies, not in answers, but in questions. Not in certainty, but in faith. Faith that life, in all its complexity and contradiction, holds purpose. Faith that your pain is not meaningless. Faith that your struggle is a crucible of transformation. Viktor Frankl endured horrors beyond what many can imagine. Yet, in the midst of his suffering, he found a profound truth. That even when everything is stripped away, the human spirit retains the freedom to choose its attitude. This freedom is the essence of meaning. It is the spark that cannot be extinguished by circumstance. What attitude will you choose in the face of your emptiness? Will you let it crush you, or will you let it refine you? Will you retreat into despair, or will you step forward into possibility? This choice, though invisible, shapes the trajectory of your entire life. Embracing emptiness also means embracing your vulnerability. It means admitting that you do not have all the answers, that you are fragile and flawed. Yet in this vulnerability lies great strength. The strength to be authentic, to connect deeply, to grow. Imagine a cracked vase. At first glance, the cracks might seem like flaws, imperfections to hide or fix. But what if those cracks are the very places where light enters? What if they are the marks of your journey, the proof of your survival and wisdom? Your emptiness, your wounds, your scars. They are not signs of weakness, but of resilience. They are chapters in your story, each with lessons to teach and gifts to give. When you embrace them, you transform your pain into power. This transformation does not happen overnight. It is a process, a slow unfolding like the petals of a flower reaching toward the sun. It requires patience and compassion for yourself. Do not rush. Do not compare your journey to others. Your path is unique, your timing sacred. And remember, you are not alone. Across the world, countless souls wrestle with the same emptiness, the same longing. In this shared experience, there is profound connection and hope. So lean into your emptiness, sit with it, listen, ask it what it wants to teach you. And when it answers, be ready to follow its guidance, even if it leads you into unfamiliar terrain. For it is in the unfamiliar that growth happens. It is where the old dies and the new is born. And on the other side of that birth lies a life filled not with fleeting pleasures, but with deep, abiding meaning. There comes a moment in every journey when the weight of emptiness transforms from a burden into a blessing. This shift is subtle, often imperceptible, but it marks a profound turning point. You begin to see your emptiness not as an enemy to be defeated, but as a guide leading you toward your truest self. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast canyon. The chasm before you feels daunting, endless, and frightening. But beyond the fear, there is a calling, a whisper urging you to take a step, to trust that there is a path forward. This canyon is your inner landscape, and crossing it requires faith more than certainty. To cross it, you must release the need for quick fixes and easy answers. You must embrace the unknown with open arms and a willing heart. It is in this surrender that transformation occurs. You might ask, how do I find meaning when the world feels indifferent? When suffering seems endless, the answer is found in small acts of courage. In choosing love when it is easier to hate. In choosing hope when despair beckons. In choosing to stand tall when the weight threatens to crush you. Viktor Frankl taught that meaning is found in 3 ways: through work or deeds, through love, and through the attitude we take toward unavoidable suffering. Each of these paths invites you to engage fully with life, even when it hurts. Work or deeds give your life purpose and direction. They allow you to contribute, to create, to leave a mark. But work alone is not enough if it does not come from a place of authenticity. It must be aligned with your deepest values, not the expectations of others. Love, the second path, is a force that transforms emptiness into fullness. To love deeply is to see and be seen. It requires vulnerability, patience, and grace. Love is not a possession, but a gift freely given and received. Through love, your soul finds connection and meaning beyond itself. The third path, attitude towards suffering, is perhaps the most challenging. Life will bring pain, loss, and injustice. You cannot always control what happens, but you can control your response. Choosing a stance of dignity, courage, and hope in the face of suffering is the ultimate act of meaning-making. This choice does not diminish the reality of pain, but elevates your spirit above it. It transforms suffering from a meaningless burden into a sacred opportunity for growth. In this light, your emptiness is not a void but a canvas. It is waiting for the brushstrokes of your courage, your love, and your purpose. And as you paint, your life becomes a masterpiece, not because it is perfect, but because it is real. Remember, transformation is a journey, not a destination. There will be days of doubt and despair, moments when the emptiness seems overwhelming. But these are not failures. They are part of the process. Each struggle deepens your understanding. Each tear waters your soul. So be gentle with yourself. Celebrate the small victories. Trust that the path you are on is leading you to a life of depth, beauty, and meaning. And when you look back one day, you will see that the emptiness you once feared was the doorway to your freedom. You are not empty. You are becoming. There is a sacred tension in your emptiness, a pull between despair and hope, between resignation and rebellion. This tension is not a curse. It is the very heartbeat of transformation. It beats rhythmically, reminding you that you are alive, that you are awake, that you are being called to something greater than yourself. You may long for certainty, for a clear path forward, but life rarely offers such clarity. Instead, it asks you to dance in the ambiguity, to find meaning not despite uncertainty, but because of it. This dance is the art of living, a delicate balance between holding on and letting go, between faith and doubt. Imagine a sculptor at work, chipping away at a block of marble. The sculptor does not see the final statue at first, only rough shapes and fragments. Yet, with patience and vision, the masterpiece emerges. Your emptiness is the raw marble, your life the sculpture. Each choice, each moment of courage, each act of love chips away the excess until your true form is revealed. But beware the temptation to rush the process or impose your own vision prematurely. The sculpture must emerge naturally, in its own time and form. This requires trust, not only in the process, but in yourself. Trust that your soul knows the way, even when your mind does not. Trust that your suffering is not meaningless, but a part of your becoming. Trust that the emptiness you fear is actually a sacred space, waiting to be filled with your authentic life. You might ask, what if I fail? What if I never find meaning? These fears are natural, but they are also illusions. Failure is not the opposite of meaning. It is part of it. Every stumble, every setback, every heartbreak is a lesson, a step forward. Meaning grows not in perfection, but in perseverance. Consider the bamboo tree. For years, it appears dormant, its growth invisible beneath the soil. But then, in a sudden burst, it shoots up several feet in a single season. The years of quiet struggle were necessary for this rapid growth. So it is with your life. The invisible work beneath the surface prepares you for the breakthrough ahead. Your emptiness is like that hidden root system, quiet, unseen, but vital. It nurtures your resilience, your wisdom, your capacity for love. Do not despise this stage, embrace it. Now, I ask you to reflect. What are you waiting for? What is holding you back from stepping fully into your life? Is it fear, doubt, past wounds? Whatever it is, know that it has no power over your true self unless you give it permission. You have within you a wellspring of strength and grace. You have survived everything life has thrown at you so far. You are here now, breathing, hoping, yearning. That is evidence of your resilience. So take a deep breath. Feel the ground beneath your feet. Know that you are part of a vast unfolding story, one that is unique to you but also connected to all of humanity. Your emptiness is not a sign of failure, but a sign of invitation. An invitation to awaken, to grow, to become. The journey through emptiness is often misunderstood as a descent into darkness. Yet, it is more accurately a journey into the light, one that begins in shadows but leads to illumination. This paradox is the mystery of transformation. The deepest darkness often precedes the brightest dawn. When you find yourself in the valley of emptiness, it may feel like an endless night, a place where hope has fled and silence reigns. But remember, even in the blackest night, the smallest star shines with unwavering brilliance. That star is your soul's enduring light, a beacon that guides you through uncertainty. Have you ever considered that emptiness itself is a form of wisdom? It strips away illusions and superficialities, revealing what is truly essential. Like a sculptor removing excess marble, emptiness removes what is unnecessary, leaving behind the core of who you are. This process can be painful. It requires you to confront uncomfortable truths about yourself and your life. But it is in this confrontation that growth occurs. Emptiness challenges you to let go of what no longer serves you. Old beliefs, toxic relationships, false identities, and to embrace the unknown future with courage. You might resist this process, clinging to familiar patterns because they feel safe. But safety is often a cage disguised as comfort. True freedom lies beyond the walls you have built around yourself. In this light, your emptiness is a call to freedom, It invites you to break free from limitations and step into your authentic power. It asks you to live fully, deeply, and with intention. Consider the metaphor of the phoenix, a mythical bird that rises from its own ashes. Your emptiness is the ashes, the remnants of what has passed away. From these ashes you can rise anew, transformed and renewed. This transformation is not about becoming someone else, but about becoming more fully yourself. It is about reclaiming the parts of you that have been lost or hidden and embracing your wholeness. As you embrace this journey, you will discover that emptiness and fullness are not opposites, but partners in the dance of life. One gives meaning to the other. One invites the other. So, rather than fearing emptiness, learn to welcome it as a sacred guest. Listen to its message. Allow it to teach you patience, humility, and trust. And as you do, you will find that your life begins to overflow. Not with noise or distraction, but with profound meaning, deep connection, and enduring joy. There's a moment in the journey where the weight of emptiness begins to feel less like a burden and more like a blessing. This shift is subtle, almost imperceptible, but transformative. It is the moment when you realize that emptiness is not absence but presence. A presence that invites you to step deeper into your own being. You may have spent much of your life running, from pain, from failure, from the unknown. Yet, the emptiness calls you to stop running and to stand still. To stand still in the midst of uncertainty, in the silence of your own heart. This stillness is not resignation. It is surrender. Surrender to what is without resistance or denial. It is the opening of a door you did not know existed, a door to a room where your true self waits patiently. Do you feel the invitation? Do you hear the quiet voice within asking you to come home to yourself? This homecoming is the heart of meaning. It is the place where you no longer need to prove your worth or seek validation from the outside world. Here you are enough just as you are. Yet, this does not mean complacency or passivity. On the contrary, it is the foundation from which authentic action arises. When you know who you are at your core, your choices gain clarity and power. You begin to act not out of fear or obligation, but out of love and purpose. Your actions become expressions of your deepest values, and your life becomes a work of art. Remember, the emptiness you once feared is the soil from which your true self grows. It is the fertile ground for new dreams, new relationships, new ways of being. This growth requires patience and kindness. It is not a race but a rhythm, a dance between effort and ease, between striving and surrender. Along the way, you may face doubts and fears. You may question whether this journey is worth it, whether the light at the end of the tunnel is real. But trust that it is. Trust that your soul knows the way, even when your mind does not. And when you fall, as you inevitably will, remember that falling is part of rising. Each stumble teaches you something valuable about yourself and the path you are walking. So, take heart. Embrace your emptiness as a sacred space. Let it guide you home. Because in that homecoming you will find not only yourself, but also the profound meaning you have been searching for. There is a profound beauty in the paradox of emptiness. It is in losing yourself that you find yourself. In letting go that you receive. In the silence that you hear your true voice. The emptiness that once felt like a void is in reality a vast space of possibility. A canvas awaiting the brushstrokes of your intention, courage, and love. As you embrace this emptiness, you begin to understand that meaning is not something external to be found, but something internal to be created. It is the act of living authentically, of aligning your daily actions with your deepest values and passions. You begin to see life not as a series of random events, but as a tapestry woven with purpose, even when the pattern is not immediately clear. This vision transforms your relationship with suffering and uncertainty. They become teachers rather than enemies, guides rather than obstacles. You learn to move through hardship with grace, to find strength in vulnerability, and to hold hope in the darkest moments. Viktor Frankl's message echoes here. Even when we cannot change our circumstances, we retain the freedom to choose our attitude. This freedom is the source of true meaning and resilience. Your emptiness invites you to reclaim this freedom, to rise above despair and to live with intention and love. It asks you to trust the process, to have faith in the unfolding of your life, and to believe in the possibility of transformation. And as you do, you will find that the emptiness which once threatened to consume you now serves as the foundation for a life of depth, purpose, and joy. You are not alone on this journey. Countless souls have walked this path before you, and countless more will follow. In this shared human experience lies a wellspring of strength and solidarity. So take this emptiness in your hands, hold it gently, honor it deeply, and let it lead you home. For in your emptiness, you will discover the fullness of your being and the profound meaning that awaits you. There is a sacred invitation within your emptiness, an invitation to awaken, to transform, to become. This invitation is not loud or demanding. It is quiet, persistent, like the soft murmur of a stream carving its way through stone. It invites you to listen deeply, to attend to the whisper of your soul beneath the noise of the world. Many avoid emptiness because it is uncomfortable. It reveals what we often do not want to face: uncertainty, fear, loneliness, and the fragility of existence. Yet, it is precisely by facing these shadows that you step into the light of authenticity. Imagine yourself standing at the edge of a vast forest. The path ahead is dark and unknown, yet you sense that it leads somewhere vital. Will you turn back to the familiar clearing, or will you trust your feet to carry you forward? To walk this path is to embrace vulnerability, the courage to be seen as you truly are, without masks or defenses. It is the journey from fragmentation to wholeness, from despair to hope. Along the way, you will encounter moments of profound insight and times of deep struggle. Both are necessary. Both are part of the dance of becoming. Viktor Frankl taught that meaning is found not by avoiding suffering, but by engaging with it, by finding a purpose that transcends pain and gives life its deepest significance. What purpose calls to you? What legacy do you wish to leave? These questions are not mere curiosities. They are compass points guiding you through the wilderness. Your emptiness is not a void to fill, but a space to honor. It is the sacred ground upon which your true self can emerge. Let yourself rest in this space, trusting that it is fertile and full of promise. And when you are ready, take a step forward, into the unknown, into the mystery, into your becoming. The path through emptiness is both ancient and ever new. It has been walked by countless souls throughout history, yet your journey is unique, your steps irreplaceable. Each moment of doubt, each tear shed, each breath taken in surrender is a thread in the tapestry of your becoming. Consider the metaphor of the river that carves through rock. It does not force its way, but flows patiently, persistently, shaping the landscape over time. Your emptiness is that river, shaping you with gentle insistence. You may feel lost at times, as if the current carries you aimlessly. But even in seeming chaos, there is an order, a rhythm that your soul recognizes deep within. This rhythm is the pulse of meaning beating beneath the surface of your life. It calls you to listen, to respond, to dance with the unknown. As you learn to flow with this rhythm, you discover new capacities within yourself. Resilience, creativity, compassion, and wisdom. These gifts are not given lightly. They are earned through the willingness to face your emptiness with courage and grace. Viktor Frankl's insights remind us that our freedom lies not in controlling circumstances, but in choosing our attitude toward them. This choice empowers you to transform suffering into a source of growth and to live a life of purpose, regardless of external conditions. Emptiness, then, is not a void to fear, but a space of profound potential, a crucible where the raw material of your life is refined into something precious and enduring. So embrace your emptiness with open arms. Allow it to teach you patience and perseverance. Trust that, like the river, you are shaping a path toward wholeness. And know that with each step, you are moving closer to the fullness of your being. The journey into emptiness is a pilgrimage into the depths of your soul. It calls you to surrender illusions and embrace truths, no matter how difficult. This process is not for the faint of heart, but for the brave, the seekers who dare to face their shadows and walk toward the light. Emptiness is the sacred soil where seeds of transformation are planted. Though the ground may feel barren, beneath the surface, life stirs in silence. Patience is required to nurture this hidden growth, for it unfolds in its own time. You might ask, how do I find meaning in the midst of suffering? How do I hold on to hope when all seems lost? These questions are the heartbeat of the human experience, echoing through generations. Viktor Frankl's life teaches us that even in the darkest prisons, meaning can be found, not by escaping pain, but by choosing a courageous attitude toward it. Your attitude is the compass that guides you through the wilderness of emptiness. It determines whether you succumb to despair or rise toward purpose. This choice is yours, always. No one can take it from you. As you cultivate this freedom, you begin to see that emptiness is not a void but a vessel, waiting to be filled with your unique gifts, your love, your passion. In this realization, your life gains new clarity and direction. You become a creator of meaning, rather than a victim of circumstance. This transformation requires daily commitment and self-compassion. There will be days when the weight feels unbearable, when the emptiness threatens to consume you. In those moments, remember that growth is not linear. Every struggle, every setback, every tear is part of your unfolding. Lean into your community, those who support and uplift you. Shared vulnerability fosters connection and healing. Through love and solidarity, emptiness becomes a shared space of hope. So continue your pilgrimage with courage and grace. Know that your journey is sacred, and that your emptiness is trying to save you. There is a quiet power in embracing the paradox of emptiness. It is in surrendering to what is that we find our true strength. The very space you fear, the void within, can become a sanctuary of healing and growth. When you stop running from your emptiness and instead sit with it, you begin to hear its wisdom. It speaks in silence, in stillness, in moments of profound clarity. It teaches you about impermanence, about the cyclical nature of life, and about the resilience of the human spirit. Consider the seasons. Winter's barren trees hold the promise of spring's blossoms. Your emptiness is the winter of your soul, a necessary pause before renewal. This renewal is not instantaneous but gradual. It unfolds through small acts of courage, kindness, and self-awareness. You learn to celebrate your progress, no matter how incremental. Viktor Frankl's teachings remind us that meaning is found in choosing one's attitude regardless of circumstances. This choice is an act of defiance against despair and a declaration of hope. It invites you to participate actively in your life, to create meaning through your actions, relationships, and mindset. Emptiness, then, is not a sign of failure but a call to authenticity. It asks you to shed false identities and live in alignment with your true self. This journey is deeply personal, yet universally human. We all face moments of emptiness, uncertainty, and loss. In sharing these experiences, we find connection and compassion. You are part of a larger story, a story of resilience, growth, and love. So, embrace your emptiness as a sacred space. Let it guide you toward wholeness, purpose, and peace. Your soul is calling you home. Will you answer? The essence of your emptiness lies not in what is missing, but in what is waiting to be discovered. It is a sacred invitation to explore the depths of your being and to uncover the treasures hidden beneath layers of fear, doubt, and pain. This journey inward may feel daunting, but it is the path to liberation. By facing your emptiness head-on, you break free from the shackles of superficiality and enter a realm of profound authenticity. Imagine a vast cave, dark and silent. At first, the darkness seems frightening and oppressive, but as you venture deeper, your eyes adjust, and you begin to see the glittering crystals embedded in the walls, the beauty hidden in the shadows. Your emptiness is like that cave. What once seemed a void is actually a repository of wisdom, strength, and potential. Viktor Frankl taught us that meaning arises from three sources: purposeful work, love, and the attitude we take towards suffering. These sources illuminate the path through emptiness. Purposeful work connects you to a cause greater than yourself. It gives your life direction and fulfillment. Love offers connection, healing, and the experience of being deeply seen and valued. Your attitude towards suffering transforms pain into growth and resilience. Together, these elements help you weave meaning from the threads of your life's experiences. As you engage with your emptiness, allow yourself to be curious rather than fearful. Ask, what is this emptiness trying to teach me? What gifts might it hold? Curiosity opens the door to exploration and discovery. It shifts your perspective from victimhood to agency. You become the author of your own story, crafting a narrative of transformation and hope. This process requires patience, kindness, and courage. There will be times when the journey feels overwhelming. In those moments, remember that you are not alone. Countless others have walked this path and found their way to light. Their stories stand as beacons, illuminating the possibilities ahead. So, step forward with trust and determination. Your emptiness is not a void, but a sacred space inviting you to become whole. Emptiness is a mirror reflecting the depths of your soul. It reveals what has been hidden, neglected, or denied. When you gaze into this mirror with courage, you see not only your wounds, but also your strength. Not only your fears, but also your potential. This reflection can be unsettling. It challenges your assumptions and invites you to question what you have believed about yourself and the world. Yet within this challenge lies opportunity. The opportunity to rewrite your story, to shed limiting beliefs, and to step into a more expansive way of being. Viktor Frankl's philosophy encourages us to find meaning through suffering by choosing our attitude. This choice is a powerful act of freedom. You are free to choose how you respond to your emptiness. You can see it as a curse or as a call to transformation. Choosing the latter opens the door to healing and growth. This process is not linear or easy. It involves cycles of progress and setbacks, hope and despair. But with each cycle, you deepen your understanding and strengthen your resilience. You begin to embody the paradox that true strength arises from vulnerability, and that through surrender, you find freedom. Your emptiness becomes a teacher, guiding you toward authenticity and wholeness. In this journey, self-compassion is essential. Treat yourself with kindness as you would a dear friend. Celebrate the small victories and learn from the challenges. Remember that you are not defined by your emptiness, but by your courage to face it. You are a work in progress, a story unfolding in time, and this story is worth telling. So embrace your emptiness as a sacred invitation. Allow it to lead you home to yourself. For in this homecoming, you will find the profound meaning and peace you seek. There is a profound wisdom hidden within the experience of emptiness. It whispers to you in moments of stillness, urging you to listen beyond the noise and distraction. It invites you to discover that what you once feared as a void is actually a fertile ground for growth. In this space, old patterns fall away, making room for new insights and deeper understanding. Emptiness becomes a canvas on which you can paint the masterpiece of your authentic self. Viktor Frankl's teachings remind us that meaning is not something to be found outside, but created within. Through love, work, and the stance we take toward suffering, we shape our lives into meaningful narratives. The journey through emptiness is not a solitary one. It connects you to the shared human experience, to others who also face their own voids and seek their own light. This connection fosters empathy, compassion, and solidarity. It transforms isolation into community and despair into hope. Embrace your emptiness as a sacred passage, a threshold between who you were and who you are becoming. Be patient with yourself. Growth takes time, and transformation unfolds in its own rhythm. Celebrate the moments of clarity and insight, and be gentle with yourself during times of struggle. Your emptiness is not a destination, but a doorway. Step through it with courage and trust. Beyond lies a life of depth, purpose, and joy. You are not alone. Your journey is part of the great story of human becoming. The emptiness you feel is not a sign of loss, but a sign of readiness. It signals that you have reached a threshold, a place where the old no longer serves and the new has yet to emerge. This liminal space is rich with possibility, but requires courage to inhabit. In this space, you are invited to release attachments to past identities, beliefs, and expectations. You are asked to embrace uncertainty and to trust the process of becoming. Viktor Frankl's insight teaches that meaning arises from our ability to choose our attitude in any given circumstance. This freedom is the foundation of resilience and transformation. When you choose to face your emptiness with openness and courage, you open the door to healing and growth. You begin to see your life as a story in progress, with each chapter offering opportunities for learning and expansion. Your emptiness is the fertile ground where seeds of meaning take root and flourish. This process may be slow and sometimes painful, but it is profoundly worthwhile. As you walk this path, practice patience and self-compassion. Celebrate each step forward, no matter how small. Seek connection with others who support your growth and understand your journey. Remember, you are not alone. Your emptiness connects you to the shared human experience. Embrace it as a sacred space for transformation. Step boldly into your becoming. Your soul is waiting to be fully expressed. In the quiet moments when emptiness feels overwhelming, remember that it is a signal, a sacred invitation to pause, reflect, and realign. This space is not meant to be feared but honored as a gateway to deeper understanding. The human experience is marked by cycles of fullness and emptiness, joy and sorrow, growth and rest. Each phase serves a purpose, teaching us lessons that prepare us for what lies ahead. Viktor Frankl's philosophy encourages us to find meaning not by avoiding pain but by embracing it with courage and grace. It is through this embrace that we discover the depths of our resilience and the heights of our potential. Your emptiness is a mirror reflecting your true self, stripped of pretense and illusion. It reveals the essence of who you are beneath the layers of conditioning and expectation. Facing this truth requires bravery, but it also offers liberation. When you accept your emptiness, you free yourself from the tyranny of external validation and false identity. This acceptance opens the door to authentic living, a life aligned with your values, passions, and purpose. Along this journey, cultivate self-compassion. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a dear friend. Celebrate your progress and forgive your setbacks. Growth is not linear. It is a dance of unfolding. Connect with others who share your path. In shared vulnerability, we find strength and belonging. Emptiness, once feared, becomes a wellspring of wisdom, creativity, and love. So, lean into this sacred space, listen deeply. Trust the process. Your emptiness is trying to save you. There is a sacred rhythm in the dance between emptiness and meaning. It is a rhythm that few understand because we live in a culture obsessed with constant motion, with filling every silence, with avoiding stillness at all costs. But true growth does not happen in noise or distraction. It happens in the pauses, in the spaces where you feel nothing but the raw pulse of your own being. Have you ever noticed how a seed must lie buried in the dark earth before it can break through the surface and reach for the sun? Your emptiness is that dark earth. It feels cold, heavy, and isolating, but it is also full of potential. It nourishes the roots of your becoming even as you struggle in the dark. You may feel impatient with this process. You want answers now. You want relief now. But transformation is not a race. It is a pilgrimage. And every pilgrim knows that the path is long, sometimes lonely, but always leading somewhere sacred. This sacredness is found not in the absence of struggle, but in the presence of purpose. When you understand why you suffer, your suffering takes on a new shape. It becomes a teacher, a guide, a companion. Viktor Frankl, whose life was marked by unimaginable suffering, taught us that meaning can be found even in the most harrowing circumstances. Because meaning is not given to us. It is created by how we respond to life. What will your response be? Will you run from the emptiness, or will you sit with it and ask, what do you want to show me? This question is a portal to awakening. It shifts you from victim to creator, from passive sufferer to active participant in your own life. Emptiness demands honesty. It asks you to look beneath your desires and fears, beyond the distractions and defenses, and into the core of your being. It asks, who are you beneath all the layers? What do you really want? What will you stand for? These questions can feel overwhelming, but they are the keys to freedom. When you face them, you begin to shed the false identities you have carried, the roles you've played to please others, the masks you've worn to hide your vulnerability. You step into your true self, fragile but radiant. And as you embrace this authenticity, you also discover connection. Not the superficial connection of social media or casual acquaintances, but deep, soul-level connection with others who are also seeking, also hurting, also becoming. This connection is healing. It reminds you that you are not alone, that your emptiness is part of the human condition. In this shared humanity, you find grace. Grace that holds you when you falter. Grace that encourages you to rise again. Grace that whispers, you are enough. The emptiness you once feared becomes a doorway to compassion. compassion for yourself and for the world. It softens your heart and opens your eyes to the beauty and pain intertwined in all life. So, let your emptiness teach you patience. Let it teach you courage. Let it teach you to listen deeply, to yourself and to others. Because in this listening, you will find the threads of meaning woven through your life. And meaning, once discovered, becomes the light that guides you through the darkest nights and the fiercest storms. The dance with emptiness is a sacred ritual of the soul. It calls you to let go of illusions and to face the raw truth of your existence. This truth can be uncomfortable, even painful, but it is also the gateway to freedom and transformation. Imagine a chrysalis, dark and confining, that holds the potential for a butterfly. The caterpillar must surrender to this dark space to emerge transformed. So too must you embrace your emptiness to be reborn into a fuller, richer life. Viktor Frankl's wisdom teaches us that meaning is not a passive discovery but an active creation. It arises from the choices we make in response to life's challenges. Your emptiness is the space where these choices are made, the crucible where your character is forged. You might ask, how do I find the courage to face this emptiness? How do I move forward when I feel lost? The answer lies in small acts of bravery, choosing hope over despair, connection over isolation, love over fear. Each day offers opportunities to practice this courage. In moments of doubt, remind yourself of your resilience. Remember that you have faced difficulties before and survived. You are stronger than you realize. Your emptiness is not a void to be feared, but a sacred space inviting you to deepen your relationship with yourself. It is a call to authenticity, to live according to your true values and passions. As you engage with this inner work, you will notice shifts. Old patterns will begin to dissolve. New insights will emerge. You will begin to see your life as a story unfolding with purpose and meaning. This journey requires patience and kindness. Be gentle with yourself. Celebrate progress, no matter how small. Seek support when needed. There is strength in community and shared vulnerability. Remember that you are not alone. Your emptiness connects you to the vast tapestry of human experience. A tapestry woven with threads of struggle, hope, love, and transformation. So, embrace your emptiness as a sacred invitation to become who you were meant to be. Your soul is calling you home. As you journey through emptiness, you may encounter moments when the silence feels deafening, when the void seems vast and unyielding. These moments test your resolve, inviting you to choose between despair and hope, between giving up and moving forward. It is in these crucibles that your true strength is forged. Emptiness is not a punishment, but a profound teacher. It strips away superficial distractions, forcing you to confront the core of your being. This confrontation can be frightening, but it is also liberating. It offers the chance to shed old narratives and to step into your authentic self. Viktor Frankl's teachings illuminate this path. He reminds us that even in the face of unimaginable suffering, meaning remains accessible. It is found not in what happens to us, but in how we respond. Your emptiness invites you to respond with courage, with creativity, and with love. It beckons you to see beyond your fears and to embrace the fullness of your humanity. Through this embrace, you transform your suffering into a source of wisdom and compassion. You become a beacon for others navigating their own darkness. Remember that growth is a process, not a destination. There will be setbacks and moments of doubt, but each step forward is a victory. Surround yourself with those who support your journey. Share your story, for in vulnerability lies strength. Above all, trust that your emptiness is trying to save you. It is a sacred space where your true self waits to be discovered and expressed. Step into this space with open heart and mind. Let it guide you toward meaning, connection, and peace. Your journey is sacred, your life meaningful, and your emptiness a gift. There is a subtle moment in every journey of self-discovery when the familiar begins to dissolve and the unknown beckons with both fear and promise. This threshold marks the beginning of a deeper transformation, one that demands courage not only to face the world, but to face yourself without disguise or evasion. The emptiness that once felt like an enemy is now a companion, a mirror reflecting the unvarnished truth of your existence. You realize that to grow, you must surrender the illusions of control, certainty, and permanence. Life's only constant is change, and your freedom lies in your response to it. Viktor Frankl, through the darkest chapters of his life, taught us that meaning is not given but created. that even in suffering there is a choice, to despair or to find purpose. This insight is both a balm and a challenge. It invites you to be an active participant in your own life story, to author a narrative that honors your pain and celebrates your resilience. The journey ahead is neither smooth nor predictable. It is a winding path with moments of light and shadow, joy and sorrow. Yet, it is precisely through navigating these contrasts that your soul learns to dance. What is it that you seek beyond the emptiness? Is it peace, understanding, connection, or something more elusive? A sense of belonging to something greater than yourself? This search is universal, yet deeply personal. No two journeys are alike, but each carries the possibility of awakening. In the coming days, you will be called to confront your deepest fears and to challenge the stories you have told yourself. You will be invited to embrace vulnerability as a strength and to cultivate an unwavering trust in the process of becoming. Remember, you are not alone on this path. Across time and space, countless others have walked this road. Seekers, survivors, dreamers, each contributing their light to the tapestry of human experience. Allow their courage to inspire you. Allow your own courage to grow with each step. And as you move forward, ask yourself, what does it mean to live a life of true meaning? How will you answer the call of your emptiness? As you step deeper into this inner wilderness, you may find the terrain unfamiliar and challenging. The landscapes of your soul are vast, some valleys shadowed by doubt, others illuminated by fleeting moments of clarity. The journey is not about reaching a final destination, but about learning to walk with grace amidst uncertainty. Emptiness is not a void to be feared, but a threshold to be crossed. It is a space pregnant with possibility, inviting you to shed old skins and emerge renewed. Like the phoenix rising from ashes, your soul is beckoned to transform. Consider the metaphor of a tree in winter. At first glance, it appears barren, lifeless, and empty. Yet beneath the surface, roots are growing deeper, preparing for the burst of new life in spring. Your emptiness is that winter, a necessary season of rest and renewal. You may resist this season, longing for immediate growth and fulfillment. But patience is a sacred virtue here. The slow unfolding of your becoming requires time, tenderness, and trust. Viktor Frankl's insight reminds us that meaning can be found in every moment, even those filled with suffering. Meaning is not a reward for success, but a companion through hardship. What if your emptiness is not an absence, but an invitation? An invitation to engage fully with life as it is, not as you wish it to be. This engagement demands honesty, a willingness to face your shadows without judgment and to embrace your light with humility. It requires courage to live authentically in a world that often values conformity and certainty over truth and vulnerability. Yet in this courage lies your freedom. Freedom to create a life aligned with your deepest values and aspirations. The path will not be easy. You will encounter resistance from within and without. Doubts will surface. Old wounds may reopen. But with each challenge, you have the opportunity to choose differently, to act from a place of meaning rather than fear. Your emptiness becomes a teacher, guiding you toward resilience and compassion. As you move forward, cultivate practices that nourish your soul: mindfulness, reflection, creative expression, connection with others. These are the tools that will sustain you through the wilderness and help you navigate the unknown. Remember, the journey is yours alone, but you are never truly alone. The human spirit is intertwined, and through shared stories and support, we find strength and belonging. So embrace the wilderness, trust the process. Step boldly into the mystery of your becoming. There is a sacred tension in the human experience, the tension between longing and fulfillment, between emptiness and meaning, between suffering and joy. This tension is not a flaw to be fixed, but a vital dynamic that propels your growth. Viktor Frankl understood this deeply. His life was marked by unimaginable hardship. Yet he discovered that even in the depths of despair, meaning could be found. This meaning was not abstract or distant, but tangible and immediate, grounded in love, purpose, and choice. When you feel the pull of emptiness, it is a call to engage with this tension, to lean into the discomfort rather than escape it. The void you experience is not empty after all. It is full of possibility, challenge, and invitation. What are you longing for beneath the surface? What are you so rise? What are you long? These questions open the door to self-discovery and transformation. They invite you to explore the depths of your being and to listen to the whispers of your heart. Emptiness can be a catalyst for creativity and renewal. It breaks down old structures and clears space for new growth. In this clearing, you can plant seeds of hope, purpose, and connection. But this process requires patience and trust. Change rarely happens overnight. It unfolds gradually, through small steps and consistent commitment. You will face moments of doubt and fear. You may feel lost or overwhelmed. These experiences are part of the journey, not signs of failure. As you navigate this tension, practice kindness toward yourself. Celebrate your courage and resilience. Seek out support from those who understand your path. Vulnerability is a strength, not a weakness. Sharing your story can foster connection and healing. Remember, you are part of a vast human tapestry, woven with threads of struggle, hope, and transformation. Your emptiness is not a curse but a gift, a sacred space inviting you to become who you were always meant to be. Step into this space with courage, curiosity, and compassion. The journey is challenging, but it is also deeply rewarding. To walk the path of meaning through emptiness is to embrace paradox, the coexistence of pain and hope, loss and gain, despair and purpose. This paradox is the heartbeat of human existence, the rhythm to which your soul must learn to dance. You may feel torn between wanting to escape your emptiness and wanting to understand it. This tension is natural, a sign that transformation is underway. It signals that you are ready to engage with life more deeply and authentically. Viktor Frankl's life teaches us that suffering, when faced with courage and meaning, becomes a catalyst for growth. His philosophy does not promise an easy path, but a meaningful one. A path where freedom is found not in circumstances, but in attitude. Your emptiness is not a void to be filled by distractions or temporary pleasures. It is a sacred space inviting you to discover your deepest values and live by them. This discovery requires honesty. Honesty with yourself about what truly matters, what you are willing to stand for, and what legacy you wish to leave. The journey through emptiness is also a journey into vulnerability. It asks you to let down your defenses and be seen as you are, with all your imperfections and strengths. Vulnerability is the birthplace of connection, creativity, and courage. It allows you to forge authentic relationships and to live in alignment with your true self. As you continue, remember that growth is not linear. You will face setbacks and moments of doubt. These are not failures, but integral parts of the process. Practice self-compassion and patience. Celebrate each step forward, no matter how small. Surround yourself with those who support your growth and understand your journey. Your emptiness, once feared, becomes a wellspring of wisdom and strength. Embrace it as a sacred gift, a call to become fully alive. The path is yours to walk. Walk it with courage, grace, and love. In the depths of emptiness, a quiet transformation unfolds. It begins not with grand gestures, but with subtle shifts, a willingness to pause, to breathe, to listen. This stillness reveals truths that noise often drowns out. You may have spent years running from your emptiness, filling it with distractions, achievements, or the approval of others. Yet, these are mere masks that cannot cover the longing within. Viktor Frankl's life exemplifies the power of meaning to transcend suffering. In the darkest of places, he found light, not by avoiding pain, but by choosing his response to it. Your emptiness is an invitation to choose courage over fear, presence over avoidance, authenticity over pretense. This choice is radical because it requires vulnerability and honesty. It demands that you face parts of yourself that you may have long ignored or denied. Yet, within this vulnerability lies strength. It is the strength to live a life true to your values, a life imbued with purpose and connection. Consider the metaphor of the sculptor who chips away at a block of stone to reveal the form within. Your emptiness is that raw material. Through patience and persistence, you uncover the masterpiece of your being. The journey is not without difficulty. You will encounter resistance, both internal and external. Old fears may surface, and familiar patterns may tempt you to retreat. But each challenge is an opportunity to reaffirm your commitment to growth. Surround yourself with those who support and inspire you. Seek wisdom in books, in nature, and in moments of quiet reflection. Remember, you are not alone. Your emptiness connects you to a vast community of seekers, each on their own path. Embrace your emptiness as a sacred space for transformation. Trust in the process and in your capacity to create meaning. The journey is long, but the destination is worth every step. There is a profound lesson hidden within the depths of emptiness. That meaning is not something to be found, but something to be created. This subtle shift in perspective transforms your experience from passive to active, from victimhood to empowerment. You might wonder, how can I create meaning when I feel so lost, so empty? The answer lies in small acts of kindness, courage, honesty, and love. These seemingly insignificant moments accumulate to weave a tapestry of purpose. Viktor Frankl's journey through suffering teaches us that even in the bleakest circumstances, the human spirit can find meaning through choice. It is our response to life's challenges that defines us, not the challenges themselves. Your emptiness calls you to take ownership of your narrative. It invites you to become the author of your story, rather than a passive observer. This process requires self-reflection and a willingness to confront uncomfortable truths. It asks you to examine your values, beliefs, and desires with clarity and compassion. As you engage in this inner work, you cultivate resilience, a strength born not of avoidance, but of engagement. The path is not easy. You will face moments of doubt and despair, but within these moments lie opportunities for growth. Surround yourself with supportive individuals who encourage your journey. Seek connection and share your struggles and triumphs. Remember, you are part of a larger human story, a story of transformation, hope, and love. Your emptiness is a sacred space where your true self waits to emerge. Embrace it with courage and grace. In the quiet moments of emptiness, a profound truth begins to emerge. That you are not defined by what is missing, but by how you respond to it. This realization shifts the focus from lack to possibility, from despair to hope. Viktor Frankl's life is a testament to the power of attitude. In the face of unimaginable suffering, he chose meaning and purpose. His example reminds us that while we cannot always control our circumstances, we can control our responses. Your emptiness is a canvas waiting for the brushstrokes of your intentional choices. Each decision, no matter how small, contributes to the larger picture of your life. Consider the metaphor of the gardener tending a plot of land. The soil may be rocky and barren, but with care and patience it becomes fertile ground for growth. You are the gardener of your own soul. By cultivating kindness, resilience, and authenticity, you nurture the seeds of meaning. This process requires daily attention and commitment. It is not a one-time event, but a lifelong practice. Along the way, you will encounter obstacles, doubts, fears, and setbacks. These are natural and serve as opportunities to deepen your resolve. Seek support and connection with others who understand your journey. Community provides encouragement and shared wisdom. Remember that emptiness is not an enemy, but a teacher. It invites you to slow down, reflect, and realign with your true self. Embrace this invitation with openness and curiosity. Let it guide you toward a life of purpose and fulfillment. Your journey through emptiness is a sacred pilgrimage, a passage from fragmentation to wholeness. Walk it with courage, compassion, and hope. There is a profound beauty in the unfolding of emptiness. It is the space where transformation is born, where old stories dissolve, and new narratives emerge. This process is neither quick nor easy, but it is essential for authentic growth. Imagine a river carving its way through stone over centuries. The water's persistent flow shapes the landscape, creating valleys and canyons of breathtaking depth. Your emptiness is like that river, patient, persistent, and powerful in its quiet work. Viktor Frankl's philosophy teaches us that meaning arises from the choices we make in response to life's challenges. These choices sculpt our identity and our destiny. As you navigate your emptiness, cultivate awareness of your inner dialogue. Notice the stories you tell yourself. Are they limiting or liberating? Do they foster hope or despair? You have the power to change your narrative. By choosing thoughts and beliefs that affirm your worth and potential, you reshape your experience. This mental shift requires practice and patience. Be gentle with yourself as you learn new ways of thinking.